Suve made $100,400 in one day, and he is just 20 years old. I am older than that, so it's an amazing job by him. But the truth is, after analyzing everything that he has done that added up to his success, I realized most coaches and consultants are overcomplicating. They want to hit 20, 30, 50 or 100k a month, but they always feel like something is missing, always something is holding them back to actually succeed. Maybe it's a system, maybe it's a technique, maybe it's something else, but that's not the truth. And I know it firsthand, because after I changed that mindset I had, in the next month I made $13,700. And that's why this video is not going to be only breaking down what Suve did to achieve that, but also I will be breaking down limiting beliefs that you have around actually achieving similar results. Now, before I would actually get into it, let's clarify why I'm qualified to talk about these. This is what I do. I run an agency where we're helping coaches and consultants scale. I personally made 21.7k in 47 days with my own offer, but we helped multiple clients scale to multi-5 figures a month, and they were all in completely different niches. So if you want me and my team's help to scale your offer, you can book a call with the first link in the description, but we'll talk about that later. Before I go over the traffic generation, the funnel, I want to explain something that when you understand the traffic source and you understand the funnel, that doesn't inherently mean you can just make 100k a day. There's something else that's far more powerful which created his success, but we have to cover that on the end of the video, otherwise you guys are not going to understand. So let's just get straight into the traffic. So Suve's main traffic generation tool is Instagram, but he's also generating some traction from YouTube, but mainly IG. So let's break down his IG. We have top, middle, and bottom of funnel of content here. So let's start with the top. There are mainly 4 types of videos he's creating: the motivational, the storytelling, the reaction, and the family videos. Each serve the same purpose: get the dream follower to like me. Now, what do I mean by that? If you don't know what that means, let me explain. On IG, we're not creating content for our ideal viewer persona, we are creating content for a dream follower. What's the difference? An ICP is a person who's the perfect fit for your offer. Their traits, their beliefs, their goals, their desires, the qualification is all perfect. But a dream follower, on the other hand, is the same, but someone who's not qualified yet. So they have the same traits, the same beliefs, same goals, same desires. In fact, every ICP is a dream follower, but not every dream follower is an ICP. Let's go through an example. If you are a dating coach, you want to work with 27 to 35 years old, introverted but intelligent, works as an engineer, runs small business, financially stable, blah, blah, blah. Their qualification is basically making 3 to 10k a month, so they can afford coaching. On the other hand, the dream follower can be almost entirely the same, but the qualification is that they don't really have a stable job, a stable business, so they make little or no money, meaning they are not ready to buy yet. When you understand this, creating your top of funnel of content is going to be incredibly simple, because it's not going to be just chasing views, it's going to be attracting the dream follower to your page. But there's a limiting belief we need to discuss immediately. It's that my story is not like theirs. A lot of people who I talk to say that their story is not like Suve's, they cannot make top of funnel videos sharing this and the other. Mate, that's just a limiting belief. There is something in your current story that someone would start working with you if they would know that. But until you're sharing that, they are not going to actually buy from you. So now with this limiting belief out of the way, we can go to the middle funnel of content. You can see that I have much more examples here, because Suve is creating like 20% top of funnel, 60% middle of funnel, and 20% bottom of funnel of content. So the middle funnel of content serves one purpose: share our thinking, perspective, and beliefs, and let other people adopt it. And how Suve is doing it is fairly simple. He's sharing his thoughts, the perspectives, and beliefs about the business world. This is so important because it has 2 effects. The people who are unqualified to buy can adopt his thinking and make more money, and the people who are qualified understand that he's a well-educated guy. And some topics he covers are how to spend your money, daily habits, worst place to be as an entrepreneur, team, blah, blah, blah. Now, a limiting belief I see a lot in my clients is that people are not going to listen. Like, why should I talk about my beliefs or whatnot? People are not going to listen. Like, it's not solving a problem. That's just fake. People are listening to a bunch of crap online. Why wouldn't they be listening to an opinion that you have if they already know that you are valuable, because you can help them solve specific problems? Of course, if you never achieved anything in your life, people are not going to listen, but most people who are watching this video have something behind them. A coaching business or a skill that they already learned. Now you can actually share your opinions and your beliefs. And let's go to bottom of funnel of content. And the bottom of funnel of content serves one purpose. It is a solution to a problem the ICP faces. Now I want you to pay attention to something really important. Why is he teasing and not solving? Because we want to pull them into our ecosystem. So if we give them every inch of information, they will leave immediately. We need a different path. And I talk all the time about this to my clients. Use the 80-20 rule when sharing value. And the best way to explain this is by showing the donkey. This is the potential client, let's call them the viewer. If you immediately give them the carrot, which is the solution to their problem, there is no reason to keep them going into your ecosystem. You need to keep telling them that, hey, I have the carrot, I have the carrot, I have the carrot, I have the carrot, until they give you money, and then you give them the carrot. So that's really going to be the bottom funnel of content. There is no real limiting belief I see here, because people usually know how to solve problems. So now we can move to the funnel Suwei has, and we have traffic coming to his IG page. His IG is the center of his entire ecosystem, so we got to cover that first. We have the bio, we have the link, we have the highlights, we have the pin post. Let's cover them one by one. The bio. The bio has one link. It leads to his company page, which is filled with results. This is how it looks. Now, if you don't have a lot of aura, do not do this. Mate, if you have only one link, you say you're a founder, you link something in your bio, you're not going to get the results like Suwei. Suwei gets the results because Suwei has a lot of aura. He has a lot of client results. You can go check out his page. It's amazing. So please, for the love of God, if you do not have that much aura, do not do this. But on the other hand, this page is very simple. It's like an alter ego of Suwei. There are similar videos to the one on the main page, but mainly it's case studies and interviews, nothing complicated. Now we can go and talk about the highlights because there is a lot, but what's inside them? The story highlights cycle between 4 things: the results, what's inside their program, client results, and my life. So for example, this one is the results Suwei has. This is, for example, what's inside his program. This is, for example, client results, and this is what's happening in his life. They hosted a London mastermind yesterday for clients. Now, I don't know when was this. And as well, sometimes he runs a poll and records a video for each question, but the poll in itself is in his highlights. This doesn't really serve purpose, it's just there. And now we can cover his pin posts. He has 4 different pin posts, one on the main feed, 3 on the Reels tab, each serve a different purpose. So for example, the main one, the carousel, it has 3 purposes: build trust, make him relatable, differentiate him. There is a top of funnel of content pinned on his profile, and it has 2 purposes: make him humble and relatable, resonate with the dream follower. Also, this one shows results because this is a video calling up her mom that they made $150,000 at 19, which is again showing results. Another pin post on his Reels tab is a story video which goes through his entire story. It's relatable, it attracts the dream followers and goes through transformation. There's another video goes through transformation which people actually want, like going from 0 to 150k a month. There's a video that starts with Daniel Dalen, which makes him relatable, it steals authority, and after that we go to client transformations, which create a lot of credibility. And also what Daniel Dalen is saying about Suwei is something that gives a lot of authority to Suwei. But this is overall what's happening on his IG, but now we need to talk about the link because that's where he is funneling people. And the link is a freebie. This is something new they are testing. They were talking about this in one of their masterminds, but when they had the 100k day, they had a simple YouTube video in their bio, just a simple YouTube video. Now, let's go through how this funnel actually works. So there are 4 stages. There is the opt-in page, there is the thank you page, the access email, and the information. Now, before we can go and break this down, you have to know that all funnels into this part. The first is the opt-in page. Well, the headline immediately promises a clear transformation you want. 2xing your business in under 30 days with a personalized roadmap for free. You want that. So you have to fill out a form. This is how the form questionnaires. As you can see, we have a star right here. Why do we have a star right there? Because this is a leverage point inside the form. As you're filling out, Suwei is collecting your information. But when you select how much you're making annually, that's where Suwei can make a good decision whether you're qualified to work with him or not. So this is the qualification point. And what's going to happen after that is if you're qualified, you immediately go and land on the book a call page. But if you're not qualified, we continue with this funnel. So let's firstly go through what happens if you're unqualified. After that, we can go and talk about what's happening on the book a call page. If you're unqualified, a dialer immediately calls you. This is super important. By the Typeform, they're unsure whether you have the money to join or not. So think about it, like if you write that you're making 2.5 to 8k per month, that doesn't make sense for Suwei to actually book in immediately because they're unsure whether you have the money or not. But if the dialer calls you up, you can ask questions whether you have money saved up or not. Now, personally, when I entered my real details, I wasn't called up. So I do not know what questions they are asking, but I assume it's an appointment setting call, meaning they ask about your current situation and of course go through like what you said in your form. Then they ask about the problem, the goal, they create a gap and then book you in. Now, after you have went through this, you can get the resource. You get the resource, it's a Discord and a YouTube playlist. The Discord is pretty simple. There are 3 channels. The general, which is a simple chat. You can chat to other people and as well you can chat to the main offer clients. And there is the wins from the 2x members and the main offer members. This is really important because it makes you want to join the main offer if you see you're getting great results every single day. And then there is the ascension, and here you're redirected to book a call. The YouTube playlist is much more interesting. It's filled with value. There is 16 videos, but what's more important is the description. Each asset video leads back to the book a call page, the 10-hour course, to the case studies, and a different channel. So right now the best thing for us is to talk about how Suwei is using the YouTube to nurture and get clients, because they were intentional about placing this on the YouTube as a playlist, not somewhere else. Because when people land on YouTube, he can, with the descriptions, very quickly funnel them into his other content. So let's talk about YouTube. Suwei's YouTube channel consists of 3 different types of videos. There are broad videos. These are the ones that attract a bigger, broader audience. As an example, a week living in my dream life in Europe as a 20-year-old millionaire. Second are the sit-down value videos. In these ones, he's just sharing a ton of value while sprinkling in some personal stories. Example, ranking content formats in 2026 that actually make money. Third are the client videos. This is where Suwei shines. He shares clips of group calls, mastermind clips, and one-on-one talks with clients. And most of his videos are like this. He realized this is where he's in the flow state, so that's what he should be publishing. So that's why you can see most of his videos being client videos. Now, my expertise really lies in YouTube, so if you want a specific breakdown about how to use YouTube and how specifically he's doing YouTube, just comment YouTube and I will do it. Now, similarly, every description leads back to his book a call page, as you can see right here, plus client testimonials here. So it's time that we talk about how the book a call page looks and what's happening after that. So we have the book a call page. Here we have a headline, which is a very simple offer. We will help you install our 230k per month sales funnel, so you can book more qualified calls and generate multiple 5 figures per month consistently. And we have a very simple call to action button. Now, step number 1 is going to be the VSL. This is the main selling mechanism. I can review the VSL in a different video, but it's really simple. Step number 2 is going to be booking a call with the team. This is a calendar, and these are the questions you have on this calendar. There are some very good questions here which will help you get more clients. And the third thing is a call explanation section. Here, he just goes through what happens on this strategy call. Now, why is that really important? Because it frees up a lot of the uncertainty around the call and people want to join. And we have a lot of case studies, which again builds a lot of credibility. After you book a call on this page, you land on the confirmation page. And this is how it goes. Firstly, we have the confirmation VSL, which shows how they work with clients, which removes a lot of friction from the call again. And you do not have to show up not knowing what to expect as a potential prospect, which is really important. You know what's going to happen. Then there is a simple call rules, how to prepare for the call. Then there is the breakout videos. These pre-handle objections. Every video answers one objection. Then we have again client transformations, which again builds more credibility. Then after, of course, you have booked a call, we have emails. And at last, before you would hop on the call, they have the confirmation email. This is to confirm you will appear. The reminder emails, these emails are just reminding you to appear. And the nurture emails, these emails include YouTube videos to nurture more leads. The big limiting belief I see around people with funnels is that people will not buy from me. And why? You got to answer that yourself. If you have some kind of results that you have already generated, people will buy from you. If you set up the proper funnel, with the proper persuasion techniques, the proper tech setup, it's not going to be that hard. Yeah. Let's go to the last push, guys, because now you actually understand the traffic source, you understand the funnel, but this doesn't inherently mean you can just make 100K a day. He has something far more powerful which created his success, and it's that he's an industry leader in one small niche. So you can think about coaches and consultants, you can think about coaches who want to help people, but there is specifically who he wants to work with or who he's attracting. Coaches who want to help people and want to give back to their parents. This is his entire marketing angle. And his marketing is only talking to that specific person, which made him a monopoly in this market. He positioned himself correctly. Anyone who wants to do the same, anyone who wants to help people and want to give back to their parents is going to go to Suway. It's an amazing move. And if you want to scale your coaching business, you have to figure out what small niche you can be a leader in and then double down on that in your marketing. But if anything in this video sounds a little bit complicated, like funnels, the tech setup, VSLs, persuasion techniques, or even positioning, you can book a call with me and my team by clicking the first link in the description. This is going to be that link, and that call is going to be incredibly simple. I will audit your current business and offer. I will show you the exact processes we use to scale multiple offers to multi-5 figures, and I will map out a personalized 12-week roadmap that you can go through and implement. Again, if there is some kind of uncertainty on how to actually scale your coaching business, I do advise you booking that call. But peace.